Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Simulation for the Nation, and if you're watching this video you are new to Farming Simulator 22 and you want to see a few quick tips and tricks to get you set up and away for the most success. So if you're watching this video, you've already got Farming Simulator 22 installed, and it should look something a little bit like this. This will be the same on console or on PC, so you're all good to go. What we want to do, and the very first tip here that I have, is that we want to make it as easy as possible for you to get going, really. So when we start our career mode, you're going to find an empty slot like this. You want to choose new farmer. Now we're going to get into why in just a moment, but a brief description here: you already own some land and equipment, the economy is profitable, and gameplay elements are all set and easy. So it's going to be a nice easy introduction. The economy is going to be on normal there, which will make it make any revenue you receive that little bit higher, and so it'll give you a nice easy start into farming. So you're going to click on there, you're going to choose the map that appeals to you the most there. I'm going to go for Hot Belleron. Elm Creek, beg your pardon there. We're not going to use any mods because we'll get to that in the next stage, and we're going to start. So we are going to load on into the game and see it as exactly as you would, and then we'll show you what the next few steps are, the next few tips and tricks to make sure that you have the most enjoyable start to Farming Simulator 22. So when you first load on in, once you've chosen what your character is going to wear and what he's going to look like or she's going to look like, you can load on in and you'll see this menu here. It will give you a very short basic tour. You want to click yes so you can go through that one. It'll show you where all the different machines are, where all the different controls are, and how and where you'll feed your animals and sell things, for example. So make sure you click on that one and follow that one through. As I've already done it, we're just going to skip past that stage, and we're going to move on to have a bit of a look around. So when you start on new farm, as you can see, you get all this land. It's marked the blue numbers on your map. You've got all this equipment here that's yours as well. You can already see where that's all identified as well. Just for the sake of this video, we're going to jump on in and do a little bit of harvesting here, I think. Now you've already got everything set up to automatically connect. There's no manual attached there. There's no automated start or manual start of the ignition. It's all set up for you to go there. So quite frankly, all you need to do is unload your combine, turn it on, and then you are good to go. I'm gonna just let that one tick through there and watch it as we go through. And so the next main tip here is that you want to be able to keep it as simple as possible. We're using new farming, like I've said, so we've got all the basic equipment that we need, and you may well be drawn into bringing in all of these different mods that look very glamorous, or perhaps machines that you have at home there. You might want to really establish a really fun looking farm, and that's all and good, and I'd strongly encourage you, once you're more familiar with it, to do so. If you need any help on downloading mods into your farm sim game, I have a video for that one already. But take your time with that, because mods can cause more issues than they're worth, particularly if you download them from third-party websites. You may find that they will cause conflicts within your game. They may well stop mods from working properly. They may well stop the game from working properly. So you want to be very careful with what that looks like. Before you know it, you may corrupt your game save, and you'll be left with nothing and no reason as to why, or understanding as to why this may have happened. So take that time. Get used to the game with the base mods you'll have there. It'll allow you to learn how the game works there, learn how each tractor works and all the implements that are in game and the functionality of those implements, and then you can start to move further afield and get some more machines that will be more to your fancy. Now for step 3, we're watching a combine going here, which is very self-explanatory. But for step 3 for Farming Simulator 22, I would advise that you decide exactly what type of farming you want to do. Not everyone likes to do the same farming. Not everyone likes to sit in a combine and watch it go up and down. Some of you may like to have an entirely large farm full of animals. Some of you may want to do cotton farming, or some may even want to do specifically just orchard farming, which is all well and good. However, that does all come with a fairly large integration and setup cost there. If we press P and go on into our store, for example, you'll see that we currently have a combine harvester. That's great. But you'd need to buy a grape harvester. You would also need to buy all the equipment that's required for producing vineyards. You'd also need to actually plant the vineyards as well there. So this all mounts up to be quite a large cost. If you're doing animals, then you'll need to buy all of the grassland equipment to make your hay or silage. You'll need to buy animal pens and animals in there as well, which is all a lot of money. And as you can see, you don't really have that. So you want to make sure you set out at the very beginning there with an idea of what you're going to be looking to do and how you're going to do it. You can set that plan out from the beginning, maybe set some easy goals and achievable goals to make a bit of money, and then look to really set the transaction and the transition into your preferred option. And step number 4 to having a successful first game of Farming Simulator 22, you'll see right here, we have been assigned a few fields as we are on new farmer. If we come on into the menu here, you'll see the fields in question we have are 44, 45 and 46. 44 is currently a crop, as you can see, of wheat. We have 46 over there, which is bare at the moment and ready for drilling. If you look in the very distance, there's a John Deere there with a drill on the back ready to start planting. And then we also have 44, which is just a little field here that has previously been harvested and is ready to have something done to it. Ideally be mulched there or turned over, ready to go. As you can see, we've got the John Deere with the cultivator on, ready for that as well. So my first tip here would be that we ensure that you plant and harvest these fields. Get used to what that looks like. Get some money coming through. Allow you to have either some revenue from those crops or even the crop themselves in one of your silos here. Work that through there. Get used to how the seasons work. Farming Simulator 22 has inbuilt seasons, and as we come on into the calendar, you can see that there is a planting and a harvesting cycle. So you want to make sure that we're in the right cycle and you're comfortable with how that behaves. That way, if you do choose to expand and elaborate onto your own cropping, you won't be caught out there. You won't lose any crops by accident. So strongly encourage you to plant and harvest all your own fields. Run through a year or two, even if you speed up the time as well as to cycle through them. You'll understand what that looks like and how you're able to work your fields in a timely manner. Finally, Farming Simulator 22 gives you a great gift that will allow you to really increase your capacity at your farm, the size of your farm, and the equipment on your farm. We're talking contracts. So right now we have 2 contracts available for harvesting. Now, as luck would have it, we already have our own harvester there. So we can actually just go ahead and accept the contracts, and each contract you finish has a reward for finishing that contract. As you can see, we've got £1,206 and £2,179 here respectively. So that's money that you can achieve for just completing the job that you've got the time to do it. You've only got 1 field to harvest right now, and we're in August. Why not get a little bit of extra money in there? A great way to do that is to harvest other farmers' crops. You don't take any of the crop off the field yourself, but you do get a significant reward for that. Various different jobs at various times of the year have more of a reward than other times. Some jobs are more laborious and take that a little bit longer there, but it is all very relevant. Over time, you'll understand which jobs and which contracts are going to be the best to complete and how you would like to complete them and which machines you'd like to use it. You can also opt to use the provided equipment at a lower reward cost there. So you could loan or borrow these items, not that you need to, but you could borrow them. And it would, if it's a nice large combine there, you'd be able to use those and get away with it without having to take quite as long. So that's something that's very worthwhile doing. And again, it will allow you to see which other machines are in game, which machines you like, and which ones you'd like to see. So very strongly recommend doing that. So there you have it, the top 5 tips to get you on into Farming Simulator 22. I do hope you have enjoyed this. Please do leave any comments or questions you have down below. I have been Simulation for the Nation. We'll come back to you with more of these along the future. So do keep an eye out for that. Until then, do stay safe, enjoy what you're doing as always, and we'll see you later.